So here we have problem number 15 from the book. And this problem is a word problem. I really like word problems because word problems actually connect you to the real world instead of just doing stuff that you don't know what you're going to use it for. So let's see here. Modeling with mathematics. The altitude A in feet of a plane t minutes after liftoff is given by the equation. So you can always start with defining the variable. So A is equal to altitude, and then t is equal to minutes after liftoff. Mins after liftoff. Okay, so you can do this. You don't have to. Whenever you're starting off, you should do this. So basically, a plane is going to be going up, and then you're going to measure the altitude after liftoff. So how many minutes after liftoff is a plane at an altitude of 21,000 feet? So since a equals the altitude, and this is why we define these variables here, since a equals the altitude in this problem is going to be equal to 21,000 feet. And we want to find the how many minutes after liftoff. So we want to find the minutes after liftoff. We want to find t. This is a classic equation, right? It's classic solving for a variable for multi-step algebra equation problem. So we have our equation. Let me write that out. A equals 3,400 t plus 600. And then A, of course, is equal to 21,000. That's our givens, so we can write that out, 21,000. And I'm going to ignore the units for now. So this is just going to be 3,400 t plus 600, okay? All right. So what do we do next? Well, we can subtract 600 to both sides of the equation. This is going to give us 2,400, so 20,400, right? So 20,400 is equal to 3,400 t. This is the subtraction property of equality. What I did here was I subtracted 600 to both sides of the equation. Next, I will divide 3,400 to both sides of the equation, essentially producing an equivalent equation because this is the division property of equality. T is going to be equal to what? Let's cancel out the zeros first. So whenever you have division like 2,400 divided by 3,000 even, this is going to be a decimal, but we can always cancel the zeros to get a result that's going to be, or a problem rather, that's going to have smaller numbers, okay? All right, so that's that. Here we're going to end up with 204 divided by 34, 204 over 34. So I don't know if this is going to go in evenly just yet. I can guess, and my guess would be 6, would be the number 6. Let's try that. So 34 times 6, what's that equal to? 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 is 204. So 6 is the answer. 6 is the answer. What you could have done as well is, if you didn't want to process these big numbers, is you could have also simplified. So if we had 204 divided by 34, this is what we had. We can obviously divide the top and the bottom by 2. This would be 102. This would be 17, right? Yeah. That would be 17, and then 102 divided by 17. So I don't think this is any easier, but again, 17 times the 6 would give you of course 102, which is what we wanted, which means 6 is our answer. But this wasn't actually helpful because we have 17, it's a prime number, and it doesn't really help because it's still pretty large. But anyway, getting back to the problem, 6 is your answer. Now it's a word problem, so we need to use units. So how many minutes after liftoff is a plane at altitude? 6. The answer would be 6 mins after liftoff. And that you can proudly box in.